Hello everyone. Welcome to your easy guide to English section for CLAT examination series. Today we are going to start a new topic called phrasal verbs. Now, what exactly phrasal verbs are? They are multi-word expressions very similar to idioms. So these words alone on their own do not make sense, but in the combination these expression they make sense and they are called the phrasal verb. Now this multi-word expression is comprised of a verb and a preposition, a verb and an adverb, or a verb and adverb plus preposition. So these all these things they make the whole composition for a phrasal verb. Now, for example, we see there is this phrasal verb set in. Now, set alone or in alone do not make sense, but set in this phrase it means to start. Similarly, set up. Now, set is the same word, but when it is paired with up, it means to establish. Otherwise, set up like without like being together, they do not make sense. So, phrasal verbs are verbs that are combined with preposition or an adverb or both, and the meaning of this combination is often different from the meaning of the original verb. It works like an idiom. So the meaning is not always clear just from the words used. Okay. Now we'll try to look at various phrasal verbs, and these are going to be a list, sort of longer list. These are yet not the most like exhaustive list that this is all if you cover and you get every phrasal verb, but after this you will start getting some sort of understanding of it, and just try to use them as much as possible, and that's the only way to remember them or uh, understand them. Okay, so to get the hang of something, that is to learn about something. So if I were to say that, if only if you use phrasal verbs will you get the hang of it, or eventually if you start practicing it you'll get the hang of it. That means you'll get some understanding of it, you'll be able to learn it. So it is mostly used in the context when you're learning something new. So don't worry if it feels tricky right now, you'll get the hang of it soon. So that means you'll eventually understand it, so don't worry about it. Now, hang together. What does that mean? It means to fit together. So, if I say that your present statement does not hang together with the past one, it means that both your statement are not in sync. That means whatever you are saying first is not being followed by the second statement. So they do not fit together. So hang together. Now the same verb hang, when used with hang off something, it means completely different. Hang when used with the word together, it means completely different. So these are your phrasal verbs. Single, they have no meaning in this expression. When paired with adverb or preposition, they have altogether a different meaning. Okay. So hang together, it means to fit together. Hang around with. I think this is quite common. You guys must be texting each other, okay, oh, do you want to hang around for in the evening? Something like that. Do you want to spend time together or do you want to chill? Something like that. I used to hang around with my friends on the mall road. That means we used to spend time together. So hang around with though is quite common. I'm sure you're aware of it. Pull in. What does pull in means? To enter. So as the train pulled in, the passengers ran here and there. So pull in is to enter. Set to. So it means to be determined. If we really set to, we can get the work done within no time. So if you're really set to it, and you can really clear the exam with flying colors. Okay. Set to means determined. Break with, it's mostly used in the context of traditions. To break with or to break away, sort of. It is difficult to break with past customs. That means to separate yourself from it. Okay. It's mostly in the context of traditions and customs. So break with would be to part your ways from that thing. Let in on. To let in on someone would be to share a secret with them. So I will not let her in on my plan. That is, I will not let her know my plans, or I will not share my secret plan with her. So that would be let in on. To somebody let in, that is, you're letting them be a part of your secret. So share a secret. Okay. Now let up. What does let up means? It would mean cessation or respite. That means some sort of break. So there is no let up in heat during the May. So there is no even small break. Like every day the temperature is 40 degree, 41, 42 degree. There is no even small break. The secession word we have done before in different lectures. So secession, cease fire, something to stop. Ceasefire is also a very commonly used word in the newspaper. I'm sure you have come across it, especially in the context of Russia-Ukraine war that is going on. So ceasefire agreements are signed, or even between India Pakistan, ceasefire agreement is signed. Cease something to stop. Okay. So let up means some sort of break. So there is no let up in heat during the May means again consistently you are having hot days and there is no break in it. A break would be like some day there is rain and the temperature drops. So there is no such pause or break. Let let off. Let off means to free from punishment or to pardon somebody. So she was let off by the principal with light punishment. So let off. So to free somebody from punishment. Look out, watch out, or careful. So to look out, there is a snake under the bush. So that means that be mindful of it or be conscious about this. Watch out, like there is some snake under the bush. Okay, be careful, something like that. Okay, look out for. Now, look out is different. That means for you to be careful and watch out. What does look out for means? It means in search of or on the watch. He was just trying to look out for you. That means this person cares about you and this person is trying to, take care of you, and that is why he or she is on the watch to see if there is everything is fine, like nothing wrong happens to you. So look out for is somebody is taking care of you. So that is why this person is on watch. And look out is to be careful. So they are similar in meaning, but different in they're like in the context where they're used. It's that is different. Okay, so look out is to be careful, and look out for is be on the watch because you care for them. Okay, look about, that is in search of. So the thirsty crow was looking about for water here and there. That means the thirsty crow was in search of water, and this so in search of means to look about. Lay by. What does lay by means? Lay by would mean save money. The wise men always lay by money for their old age. Lay by. Okay. So lay is usually, to lay down, to lie down. The lay is coming is a form of lie only. So, sort of rest. You can remember by that, save money, rest, comfort. So for that you will have to save money. Something like that. Not the most sensible connection I see, but then okay, you have to think of some of the other silly connections or practice as much as possible. That's the best way to go. Be laid up with, that is being confined to bed. So she is not going out as she is laid up with flu. That means because of the flu, she is she's still on the bed and she is not ready to get up. So it's not literally being on the bed, something like she's not well and she's not able to get up and do her things, everyday activities. So she's to be laid up with just being confined to bed, not being well, something like that. Okay. So confined to bed. Hang about. Now we did hang around. We did hang around. We did hang together. We did hang of something. Now hang about. Hang about means stay waiting or roam about. The boys hanging about the girls' hostel were rounded up by the police. That means the boys who were waiting around girls' hostel, they were rounded up by the police. So stay waiting or roaming about, hang about. Okay. Go down. That is be believed. Your expression will not go down. That is your expression. Your excuse will not go down. So whatever excuse you are making will not be believed. So it will not go, or the most common way it is used is that whatever you're saying, it will not go down well with the professor or with the principal. That means it will not be believed or it will not be taken in a very good spirit by the principal or professor. So we believe. Go in for. It means to buy or practice, to enter a contest. So I thought of going in for teaching. That is, I wanted to go in for. I think I will have to check this one. I think there's something is wrong with this expression, and I will check it and rectify this in the next lecture. So please excuse me for this one because I think there's something wrong with this one. Buy, practice to enter a contest. Something's wrong. Anyway, go off to explode or be discharged. When he was cleaning his gum, it went off and killed him. Wow, what? So to go off means to explode. Mostly, of course, used in the context of artillery. So when he was cleaning his gun, it went off and it killed him. So go, say it become went because of the again tense. So the go and went is dependent on the tense in which the expression is used. So when he was cleaning his gun, it went off and killed him. Fall in with, that is to agree with. So instead of challenging the lie, she fell in with their views. That means she uh, came up with an agreement in to their views. So agree with, to fall in with. And sometimes it's fall in line with this agreement, or sorry, fall in line with this view, something like that. So it means to agree with it. To fall through, to remain incomplete, or to fail. So for want of sufficient funds, your project is likely to fall through. So that means that the project will not be completed, or it will fail. Fail in the sense fail to completion. That means it will fall through because there are no funds. So fall through, that means to remain incomplete, or to not fail means like not being able to achieve the target, sort of. So fall through, to remain incomplete. Bring up, to raise a topic or a child. So my mom brings up marriage more often than I bring up my lunch. So she keeps on nagging me about marriage, marriage, marriage. So that would be bring up. And your parents who take care of you and they raise you, that is also bringing up. So when you come across some nice person, you say, no, this person, I'm sure he's had a very good bringing up, because he comes across as a very good person. So that means he's raised very well by his parents, he's good value system. And that is bringing up, to raise a topic or a child. Okay. Call off, that means to cancel. So the cricket match was called off because the ball boy called in sick. So that means call off, to cancel something. So you call off on a meeting, you cancel it, like that. Carry on, to continue. So she carried on eating chips even after the power went out. So she loves eating chip and she's like, electricity, no electricity, I am going to continue eating chip. I am going to carry on doing whatever I am doing. Somebody, for example, sometimes when you're in a room and someone just comes in and they're like, oh, okay, sorry to disturb you, you can carry on. That means just continue with whatever you're doing. To come across, that is to find by chance. So I came across my old diary and immediately hid it again. So suppose I was doing something, I was looking for, say, my old top, and then I came across my diary in the almirah, and then I realized, okay, it has some of my secrets, and I don't want others to let them in. So I hid it again. I don't want to let them in means I wouldn't want to let them in my secret. We did this few seconds ago. So to come across, I'm sorry if it's gotten confusing for you. To let in, we did some seconds ago. That is to share your secret. Come across, to find by chance. So I came across my diary means by chance I found my old diary, and it's not like I was looking for it. So to find by chance, to come across something. Dropout. Again, this is also very commonly used phrase, that somebody's a college dropout and became successful. So many successful techies are college dropouts. That is to leave college or a course in the middle of it. So he dropped out of yoga class because his friends didn't join it. So a dropout means someone who's been enrolled in a course and then they leave it. To figure out, that is to understand or solve. I am still trying to figure out why socks vanish in the washing machine. That is, I'm still trying to understand that these small socks, where do they go in the washing machine? Like they are like getting lost. No, this doesn't happen in the real life. It's just a funny line that I am trying to figure out. Or I am trying to figure out what went wrong in my test and why my score was low. So I'm trying to understand. Okay, to solve means to understand and solve this puzzle, that okay, I am trying to understand why my score was low, so I'm trying to figure out. Okay. To give up is to stop trying. Again, very commonly used verb, phrasal verb. I gave up on the idea of changing the world as soon as I found a job. So I gave up on the ideas to, like, I stopped trying. As long as I was unemployed, I felt everything was wrong, and I kept trying to change the world. To I kept pointing out wrong things that I saw around me. And as soon as I found a job, I was like, okay, now I'll pay attention to my work, earn money, and keep like my mouth shut. So gave up. To give up is to stop trying. So you do not have to give up in your preparation. Till the day of exam, you have to keep trying. So you do not give up. Okay. Go on. So go on again means to continue. The movie went on so long, even the popcorn gave up. That so the go becomes went again on the in the as per the context of the tense is so go becomes went. So the movie went on so long, even the popcorn gave up. That means the movie continued for so long that even popcorn gave up. Like popcorn bhi khatam ho gaya, like everything finished, but the movie kept going on and on and on. So it was so long, it continued for a very long time. So go on to continue. Something going on for a long time means it is continuing for a very long time. Now hold on, to wait or grip tightly. You should not hold on to your every belief too tightly or you'll never grow. So that is like to wait, to hold on to your belief. That means that you have so many beliefs and you have to be flexible for some of them, because if you hold on to all of your beliefs, that is you're not ready to change them. You like uh, grip them very tightly, that you like very fixed and rigid in them, then you will not be able to grow. So that's hold on, to wait or to grip tightly. Or in the sense of wait, sometimes if suppose I am going somewhere and if I ask a friend that, okay, I'm going, would you want to come? I am just leaving right now. So that person can say, hold on, just give me 5 minutes, let me pack my bag and I'll join you. So that is also hold on, to wait. Okay. Look after, to take care of. So I offered to look after their dog. The dog looked after me instead. That means I offered that I'll take care of the dog. But it turns out the way my relationship grew with the dog took care of me. So to look after is to take care of. Look into, that is to investigate. So sometimes when you go and complain to your teacher that, ma'am, this happened, she's like, okay, I'll look into it. I've listened to you, I'll look into it. So that is, I'll investigate what the matter is. So the teacher is looking into the missing chalk like it's a mystery novel. She's trying to find what happened to the chalk, like as if it's a mystery novel that she's a Sherlock Holmes and she's trying to solve a big mystery. So to look into is to investigate. Okay, to investigate, look into, look to. So to look up to means to admire. To look up to someone is that you admire that person a lot. So I look up to my brother mostly because he's really good at sports. So because my brother is really good at sports, I really admire him. Okay, look up to. Makeup. So what does makeup means? Not the makeup that you put on your face. Well, that's a different makeup, but not the makeup that we are talking about. So to make up is to invent or to reconcile. So to make up stories. So if you're making up stories, you're making excuses. So to you're inventing stories, it's not real. So she made up a story so dramatic, even the soap opera said, calm down. That means she was making some excuse, she was lying, and it was so dramatic that even the Ekta Kapoor shows or whatever shows on the TV, even they are like, dude, what a story. Something like that. That the story was so dramatic that even the real drive, even the dramas look too undramatic compared to that. Something like that. Okay, so to make up is to invent. To reconcile also, for example, if you and your friend, you guys fought and then you make up later on, because that means you reconcile that, okay, you she said sorry, you said sorry, and then you guys make up, that is you guys reconcile. So that's also make up. Okay, so two different meanings. To invent, that is to cook up stories. Cook up is also say similar to cook up something, is to again invent, to cook up excuses, you're making excuses, you're inventing, fabricating lies, you're inventing lies, it's not real. Okay. And similarly to reconcile, that is you're again making peace with someone. Okay, to make up, to reconcile. Put off, to postpone. If you're putting off something, you're postponing it. So I put off doing laundry until my clothes filed a complaint, sorry. So I have been procrastinating, I have been trying to procrastinate doing laundry. Finally even my clothes are filing complaint. It's almost like they're falling here and there, is a sense of filing complaints. So something like that. So put off is to postpone, you're putting it off, and that is you're postponing doing laundry. Okay. So put up with, that is to tolerate. So I put up with your drama because you're a nice person after all. That is, I tolerate your drama because after all you're a nice person. That some issues are there, you're a little dramatic, but you're a nice person. So I put up with. So I tolerate your drama. Okay. Run out of, to have no more left. So I ran out of excuses faster than I ran out of coffee. So I've made all the excuses. So I go in late every day and I make some of the other excuse. Now I am done with the excuses. I am run out of excuses. So I do not have any more excuses left. So that is run out of, to have no more left. Set up, that is to arrange or to establish. So he set up a tent in the living room to avoid camping with bugs. So seriously, what does it even mean? Camping is camping because it is done in forest or some of that kind of area. Anyway, to set up means to arrange or establish. Okay. Take after. Take after means to resemble someone. So she takes after her dad. Both talk to dogs. So she has a habit of talking to dogs. Her father also had a habit of talking to dogs. So she resembles her father because she also talks to dog like his father used to, like her father used to. So take after is to resemble someone. Okay. Turn down, that is to reject. So I turned down the party invite because my couch looked too comfy. That means that I didn't feel like, I'm like feeling way too lazy. So I turned down the party invitation. I rejected the party invitation. Okay. I rejected the party invitation because my couch looked comfy. That means I was feeling lazy and I wanted to lie down on my couch rather than going to party and just socializing with people. So turn down, that is to reject. Turn up, that is to arrive or to increase volume. Two different meanings. So turn up, though it's very common that, oh, okay, please turn up the volume of the TV so I can hear what the news anchor is saying. To arrive is he didn't turn up for the party despite my several calls because that person is lying on the sofa. So that turn turn up is to arrive, turn down is to reject, turn up is to arrive. So to turn up somewhere is you arrive there. That, so, and also that's used in the sense that the turnout, oh, turnout is a different thing. The number sometimes, if there is some gathering, so it may be asked like, how was the turnout? The turnout was good. That means huge number of people came. Turn up is to arrive. So how many people turned up? A lot of people turned up. A lot of people arrived. Okay. Now we will try to do some MCQ types because the list types tends to get a little boring after some time. So let's see some more phrasal verbs in a little different format. He finally gave in to his sister's demand and watched the drama. What does gave in means? To surrender or to agree. So give in means to stop resisting and agreeing. So this person, he finally agreed to whatever the sister was demanding and watched the drama with the sister. So to surrender or to agree. To give in to someone's demand is to surrender or to agree. The plane took off after a short delay. What does took off means? So it means flew away. Again, very simple, commonly used. Took off means for an aircraft to leave the ground. So it just took off from the runway. It was ran on the runway and then took off. Okay. Please cut down on sugar if you want to stay fit. So what does cut down means? Of course, it means to reduce. That you have to cut down the quantity that you have been eating. So cut down on something means to reduce the consumption of it. Cut down on sugar, reduce the consumption of sugar. He ran into his school teacher at the mall. So what does ran into means? It means to meet unexpectedly, to meet somebody unexpectedly. So he was just going on his way and then all of a sudden out of nowhere he sees his school teacher there. So unexpectedly, he ran into his school teacher. Okay, doesn't mean he's running into her or like by the car. He's running over the school teacher. No, ran to run into somebody or ran into somebody means to meet them unexpectedly. So again, run, ran based on the tense of the sentence in which it is used. To run into someone or ran into someone. Okay, meet them unexpectedly. The project fell through due to lack of funds. So what does fell through means? So it failed to happen. So because there were no funds, it could not get to completion. So it failed to happen. So fall through means something was planned and it did not succeed. Again, fall through, fell through, depending on the tense of the sentence where the phrase is used. So fell through or fall through, something planned did not succeed. The manager backed out at the last minute. What does backed out mean? To withdraw from a commitment. So you back out of a promise or a commitment. You withdraw your whatever, like you agreed to it, but then you withdraw your thing and you do not fulfill that commitment. So that's back out of it. Okay. She looks down on people who lie. To look down on someone is that you think they are inferior and you are morally better person. So she thinks she's better than them. So to look down upon someone, to look at them with a feeling of superiority for yourself and inferiority for them. They're not like they're not good enough. Sort of, she looks down on those people that oh they are so petty and they lie and all that. Okay? Can you fill in for me while I'm on leave? That means, can you replace me temporarily? To fill in for someone is to replace them temporarily. So, suppose if your senior teacher is on leave, sometimes some other junior teacher can fill in for them for the time being. So, they can replace that senior teacher temporarily, fill in for them. Okay. They broke into the shop at night. To break into is to enter forcibly. So you're breaking your way into something. That is, you're entering that place forcibly. Again, to break into, broke into, break, broke, depending on the tense of the sentence where the phrase is used. To break into is to enter forcibly. So you do not break into someone's house unless you're a thief. Hmm. She checked out of the hotel this morning. Check out again. I'm sure you guys have heard of it if you've ever been to a hotel. To check out is to leave the like you're done with the place and you're leaving it after the payment, of course. You don't just leave. So that would be check out. Even in the hotels, receptions and all, you see the check-in time, the check-out time. Check-in is to enter after doing all the formalities, and check-out is to leave after completing all the formalities. So you check in and you check out of hotels. And usually it is used in the context of hotels only. You do not check into your house or you do not check out of your house. So it's mostly used in the context of hotels, motels, Airbnb, all those. She came up with a great idea for the event. To come up with is to create or suggest. So she suggested a great idea. She could think of a nice innovative idea and she suggested. So she came up with it. To come up with an idea is to think of an idea and suggest that idea. Come up with an idea. I got over the flu in just 2 days. What does got over means? To recover from flu. That means this person recovered from the flu in just 2 days. He or she got flu and then this person recovered. That is got over. To recover from. Okay. Just in 2 days. Please keep up with the latest news. To keep up with is to stay updated. So when someone says, okay, keep up with this, with the news or keep up with the trends. So the somebody who's very fashionable, they keep up with the latest trend. That is, they stay updated with the latest trend. So somebody who's like a lawyer or a will really have to keep up with the latest news. That means you'll have to stay updated with the news, whatever is happening. Okay. They called on the minister for help. So to call on somebody is to like visit them formally. So they called on the minister for help. That means that they visited the minister and they asked for his or her help. So to call on someone to visit them formally. He brought about major changes in the company. So to bring about or brought about would mean he caused. So somebody who brought about major changes, that means this person brought or this person caused these major changes in the company. So brought about or bring about changes. We got through all the applications in 2 hours. To get through something is review and complete. So the got through all the applications mean that all the applications were reviewed and completed in 2 hours. So to get through something, I am getting through the homeworks or the assignment that I am reviewing them. That would be getting through some with that thing. Okay. She turned out to be a great leader. What does turned out means? To become or to prove. So she turned out to be a great leader means she proved herself to be a great leader. So turned out. So it turned out it turned out she was saying truth. So it it was later on revealed. That's also how turned out is can be used. So it was revealed that she's saying the truth, or it turned out that is, or it was proved that she's saying the truth. So it turned out she's a great leader. That means it was proved that she's a great leader. Let's go over the report again. Again, it means to review. So going over something is review. That okay, let's go over this chapter once again so that we see where your problem is. To go over something is to review. You've been through it once, but you're going over it again. Okay, so go over is to review. So if you've studied a chapter and then you're still facing some issues in it, you can go over it again. You can review it and see where the issues are. Okay? Go over, review. He came down with a fever last night. Okay, very commonly used in the applications. You come down with something, that means you're diagnosed with it. So it's again often used in the context of disease or something like that. So you come down with fever. You do not come down with excuse, I think. No, you don't. So she came down with fever would be she was diagnosed with fever last night. So to come down with something is to again be diagnosed with it. Okay. So come down with. Choose the correct meaning of the phrasal verb. The manager decided to crack down on late arrivals. So crack down again very commonly used in newspapers and all, that it is to punish strictly. So to crack down on would mean to take severe actions against the undesirable behavior. So often used in the case when the authorities act on something that is going wrong or something like that. To crack down is punish strictly. He promised to stick to the plan, but halfway through he dashed. So, which is the right statement? Sorry, which is the right phrase to be used here? But halfway through he stuck in, doesn't make sense. Fell over. It's not like this person is walking or something like that. Fell over. Brought around, not making sense. Gave up. So he promised to stick to the plan while he was saying he will stick to the plan, but then he gave up or he stopped trying anymore. So that would be B, gave up. Stick to means to continue with or follow with something strictly, and giving up is the logically the opposite, to stop trying. So he promised to stick to the plan, that is to continue with the plan, whatever the plan or the way it was supposed to be, but halfway through this person gave up, stopped trying. Okay. Identify the phrasal verb whose meaning is not similar to the others. To give in, to back down, to stand up for, to surrender. So to give in, to back down, or to surrender, they all means to surrender. To stand up to something would mean to take a stand or to resist, sort of. If say I am standing up to back my friend, or if I'm standing up to, I'm standing up to, I can't think of any statements. To stand up to the authorities. Suppose say that somebody is being laid off in a wrong manner. So I stand up to the authority and I bring this fact that okay, this is wrong. So this would be resisting whatever the wrong is being done. So that is standing up. Or surrender and give in and back down is exactly opposite. You know, you're surrendering. Okay, if you're laying this person off, none of my business. You lay them off. So the opposite is stand up to, and give in, back down are means surrender. Spot the correct usage. He ran over the file and approved it. No, that's wrong. She ran over the puppy in the parking lot. C. I ran over the meeting to understand it better. D. Let's run over the garden after dinner. Now, the correct option is B, and a very cruel statement. She ran over the puppy in the parking lot. So, to run over is to hit somebody with a vehicle. So, hit and run cases, if you've heard of those, so it's like often that the car ran over something or XYZ. So, to option B, she ran over the puppy in the parking lot. Oof, I don't even want to repeat this. Choose the most suitable phrasal verb for the sentence. Despite repeated hints, she couldn't dash what I was trying to understand. So she couldn't catch on, she couldn't catch up, she couldn't catch out, she couldn't catch in. So the right option is to she couldn't catch on. It means to understand or to grasp an idea. She couldn't understand what I was trying to say. So she couldn't catch on with whatever I was trying to say. Okay. Choose the best replacement for the underlined part. He came up against many challenges during the investigation. So best replacement would be he ran into he ran into many challenges during the investigation. He looked through many challenges during the investigation. He turned up many challenges during the investigation, or he broke out many challenges during the investigation. Which is the best replacement? Of course, ran into. So we did ran into, that is to come up against or to like yeah, I mean, you are encountering many challenges during the investigation. So this person, he came up he had to experience many challenges during the investigation. That would be run into. Okay, we have done this before also. To meet someone accidentally is also to run into them. So someone running into their teacher. This is what we did a while ago. So that would be he ran into, to come up against. He ran into many challenges. Okay. The politician was accused of covering up the financial scandal. So cover up is, of course, if you're trying to cover up something, you're hiding it. So it's so quite clear. Covering up is hiding. So the politician was trying to hide up the financial scandals. Identify the sentence with an incorrect phrasal verb usage. The storm blew over by morning. She backed out of the agreement. They brought in a new employee and he turned out the plan before approval. So I told you turn out when we were doing turn in. The turn out of the plan before approval is wrong. Turn out is incorrect because it means result or showed up or and not rejected. So the right phrase would be turned down. He turned down the plan before approval. So he rejected the plan even before it was approved. So that. Choose the phrasal verb that best completes the sentence. The teacher asked me to dash the main points of the chapter before the test. So, to brush upon. So, to brush upon is to revise, quickly revise. So, before exams, a day before exam, you brush upon all the concepts. So, you quickly revise or going through them again, revising them, reviewing them. Choose the correct statement using the phrasal verbs. To bring up. She brought up her breakfast with milk. No. He brought up the baby with love and care. I brought up the stairs slowly. We brought up the curtain to see better. So the option B is correct because we did the to bringing up means either to raise a topic or to raise a person. So he brought up the baby with love and care. So he raised the baby with love and care. So to bring up something is to raise a child or mentioning a topic. So other usage are incorrect. With this, we have come to the end of this lecture. I hope you enjoyed this lecture and you will try to use these phrasal verbs in your everyday language because that's the only way to remember them. Or you can go through them again and again repeatedly. That can also help. But like I've always said, reading newspapers and reading is the best way to understand or to get a hold of these concepts. So continue with that. And thank you so much for your patience. I'll see you again in the next lecture.